This is Michael Orrell of MobileBurn.com, and today we're going to look at the new Nokia E72 smartphone. Let's cut open the box and see what we have inside. Right up front we have the E72 itself. You can see it's very similar to the E71 series of devices, just a little bit more rounded. Same kind of metal plate on the back, nice little pattern and everything like that. Set this aside. See what else we have in the box. Looks like we have a bunch of goodies down here. This is a very short USB to micro USB adapter. That'll come in handy, I'm sure. Nokia labeled cleaning cloth. Here's a case. A little pouch of sorts. You can see it goes right in there like that. It's a little stiff, maybe a little bit difficult to get out. Be a little alarmed using that. You could miss a call if you can't get the phone out quickly enough. In this bag here, a bunch of headset support stuff. Got a pair of exceedingly cheap looking earbuds. Let's see, is it on an adapter of sorts? It doesn't appear to be. It appears to be a plain, yeah, it's a straight 3.5mm, but with some extra functionality for the volume controls and the answer button. And there's also a tie clip or pocket clip thing on here to keep it in place. Not bad, but really cheap looking earbuds. A couple extra rubber guards for around the edge of the earbud as well for different sizes. Got some other stuff in here as well. Regular Nokia small tipped charger. And a bunch of manuals and things like that. Something about the OV navigation. Nokia just announced today that OV maps are going to be free with turn-by-turn navigation even. Warranty information, and of course the user guide. I didn't notice it right away, but there's also the battery hidden in here. You can see that's a BP4L battery, and we'll have to stick that in the device to power it up. And one other thing I missed, I'm obviously not having a good day today, it's a leather wrist strap with a little lanyard loop on it that obviously fits in right here on the corner of the phone, so probably would make it a little bit easier pulling it out of the case if you had this mounted. So here we have the E72. I'm going to start it up by pressing down on the power button up here at the top. Vibrates when you start it up. Right next to the power button we have the 3.5mm headphone jack. On the left hand edge there is a micro USB port. Unfortunately this cover pops out sometimes, as you can see. A little bit of a pain in the neck. Shouldn't be doing that. Micro SD card slot right next to it. Comes with a 4GB card. Lanyard loop, power charging port right there on the bottom. On the right hand side we have volume controls and then another control in the middle, probably going to be voice dial or something like that. We'll have to check it out and see. Haven't used the device yet, so I don't really know. Here's the back cover, the 5-megapixel autofocus camera, LED flash. Remove the back cover quite easily. It's, you know, actual metal. Large battery, and the SIM card goes into a little tray that slides out right there. Pop that back on. And here we are at the startup for the initial setup of the device. I'll take you through some of the setup right off the bat. Gonna start by searching for United States. Oh, not there. Let's try USA. And there we go. You can see right here on the D-pad, it's actually an optical mouse controller, so you can use the D-pad by clicking on it or just swipe your finger up and down, which is kind of cool. I like having both options there. I'm going to search for Philadelphia, and we're going to set the date. Actually had to get up to find out what the date was. Once I enter it in here, just hit the OK button, and we'll put in the time, roughly 11:28 a.m. And we're going to check for updates and see what it says. Oop, it just jumped into a phone setup. A little bit confusing there. I'm going to skip this. And now we're going to check for updates. See some weirdness going on here in the transitions. Maybe it's just because the CPU is a little bit overloaded, but not the smoothest start I've seen to a new device. Let's pick one of my routers. I've got to put in the web key. I've entered the web key now, and it's trying to connect, automatically saving the access point. And we do have an update available, which is nice. So let's update the OV maps with free navigation. It's now installing. And while the new version of OV Maps is installing in the background, let's take a look at the home screen on the E72. This is the active standby system. Quite nice, very clean looking, not unlike ones we've seen on earlier devices. Maybe a little sharper looking though. You can see we have the switch mode button right here. This is really nice because you can have multiple home screens defined. One set of themes and options for the home screen set for personal, and one for work. So right now we're in work, and I'm just going to tap on this, and it's going to switch themes and configuration for personal. You can see music's up here now and things that weren't up there before. Very easy to switch back and forth. So you could have different configurations. One shows mostly work email messages and calendar appointments and things like that for when during the day, and then when you go home at night, you can switch to music or something like that. It's really kind of cool system here. Let's also take a look at the keyboard and some of the buttons that are on the device. You can see it's a very nicely laid out 4-row QWERTY keyboard. No dedicated number of rows. You have to use this shift type button here. Above it we have call send and call end buttons. The soft keys, of course, right, they default to menu and the camera. There's also buttons for going back and forth between home and the main menu. See if I press that, jumps back and forth. Nice little exploding transitions here. Other shortcut buttons for the calendar, contacts, and for the email system. Of course, we don't have an email box defined at this point. The home button, go back again. You'll also notice down at the bottom of the screen here, I have a voicemail notification. Once I go down to it, I can move back up and then go through this little pop-up menu here. Hide it or remove it, which is what I'm going to do. Let's hop over to the messaging application so we can create a test message and give the keyboard a shot. A little cramped for my liking. Doesn't automatically put a period or a full stop in when you hit 2 spaces either. And for whatever reason, every time I start off a message with THIS, it turns into a capital H. I've done this 4 times now. I'm not sure. That's the autocorrect. I'm typing THIS and hitting a space, and it thinks for some reason it should autocorrect that. Let me show you that again. I'm going to type THIS, and immediately it tries to autocorrect it to his. So when I hit spacebar, it's already messed up the sentence from the very first word. Not exactly the best autocorrection system I've seen. I'm not sure exactly what the heck it's trying to do there, but it's really annoying. Anyway, I'm sure something can be reconfigured to fix that. Let's see what it does when I do it again. THIS. Yep, every time I type this, it wants to make it his. Definitely something wrong going on here. See if there are any obvious options here. Let's deactivate prediction. It's a QWERTY keyboard. I don't need it. See how we do here. There we go. It's actually typing what I'm putting in. The keyboard is a little cramped for me. I would like more spacing or higher domes on the keys to make them more individually easier to find. Working okay though, and if you like the E71 series, you're probably going to like this as well. If you look closely at the keyboard, you'll see there are a number of shortcuts. Here in the corner is toggle for silent mode, also a flashlight, a torch if you wish to call it that. So you just long press them. I'm going to long press the space bar here, and if you watch my hand, you'll see after a few seconds the light comes on. It's the the flash for the camera. Press it for a few more seconds and it turns off. The same thing works with toggling the profile sport. I'm just going to press and long hold this button down here, and it's activated the normal profile again.